Hello, guys. What's up? I'm kind of sick today, if you couldn't tell. Anyway, so I'm kind of here to just talk about a question that I have gotten a couple of times, not a whole lot, but just thought I should answer that. And that is pretty much what is my favorite game of all time. Uh, Actually, now that I think about it, I think I only got it once. But anyway, my favorite game of all time is Final Fantasy X. Um, Now, if you guys didn't see my uh, In Defense of Titus video, uh, then you guys might want to watch it because I explained some of the plot. Some of that I won't exactly be covering, but if you do want to see that, it's not that long ago when I posted it, like about a month ago, I think. Either that or 2 weeks. I don't know. Anyway, just gonna place it right here. Anyway, now, I was debating on what my favorite game is, but honestly, in the end of the day, I figured it's Final Fantasy X because honestly, it's just like there's not a whole lot about the game that I find bad. Uh, so, in fact, I think that the only bad part of the game would be part of the difficulty, and even then, all the bosses. This is point number one. All bosses, if they're uh, if you know what you're doing, it's easy. If you know what you're doing, all the bosses, like take the first Maester Seymour fight, like at Makalania Temple, I think that's where it is, and he dropped the case. Anyway, it's basically the fight where you have Seymour and then two of the Guado assistant people. I My first time through, I did not realize this, but if you steal on the Guado people, they can't automatically heal themselves anymore, meaning you can take them out. And also, I didn't know that, or I didn't think of it at the time that using the null spells really would help in that situation and throughout the entire fight. And if you just do that, like keep up defense and then gradually attack, then yeah, they're all easy, especially the final boss, Braska's final Aeon. Um, like, like if you grind enough, you can actually just simply like use armor break, which makes anyone take a bit more damage, and then have Yuna send in Bahamut, and then wreck everyone's shit. Sorry for that, but jeez. Um, so the story, I'm just gonna move on. The story, to me, was probably the best story, or one of the best, if not the best, that I've ever really sat down and played through. Because, like, okay, here's the main start of the story. Um, I You play as Titus or Titus, not Titus, Titus. Um, and about 1,000 years ago, in this technology, in this technological advanced city, called Xanarkand, and one day this entity known as Sin attacks Xanarkand and sends Titas 1,000 years into the future, which is pretty cool. Uh, and then this future that it's talking about is not like this high tech thing where pretty much everyone's enslaved by robots when you think about it, but it's 1,000 years into the future where uh, technology doesn't seem to exist anymore because of the fact that they were all pretty much destroyed by Sin, that I mentioned earlier. And then, spoiler alert, you end up finding out a whole lot of stuff. Like Sin is Jecht is Titus's father. Finding out all this stuff about Sin, and then finding out more about the land you are now in, Spira. That was like really, really good, in my opinion. Um, I mean, uh, And in the end of the day, like the ending when I first got there, like it was just like wow. Uh, so, and I guess another reason it's my favorite is it might have a little bit to do with the nostalgia because it is the first story-based game that I've played through. The this was the very first story-driven game that I played, uh, and it was on the PS2, by the way. Um, Now gameplay, I really liked it because it wasn't. It was it was like sort of like Pokemon, but added, you know, some extra stuff. I know it sounds silly, but the thing with Pokemon, why I say that is because the only other RPG I played beforehand was Pokemon. So, uh, so that kind of says something. I kind of prefer the turn-based thing, and honestly, it was a pretty cool thing, like having like three people out and then being able to switch characters in and out, just depending on the situation. Awesome. And I think that sort of brings up my uh, I think that is sort of my one complaint with the game is why when three of your character goes out, why can't another three take their place? Because here's the thing: there's seven characters overall. Tidus, Yuna, Orin, Riku, Waka, Lulu, and Kimari. Those three or those seven. If say if three of those people are dead, it's game over. Where I don't understand why the next three can't just take the place. To me, that just makes no sense. Anyway, so I guess that's my complaint with the game. Uh, and then I also kind of really like how it's different because this game did get me to play other RPGs. And one thing I do kind of like is how they don't add any stats. The weapons don't upgrade or stats or anything like that, or armor doesn't upgrade stuff. It just gives you extra protections or extra benefits or something like that. Because like take a weapon for Yuna, like a weapon for Yuna, which is your black mage or white mage. Uh, so white mage, magic +3. Like if magic, if you do like cure or something like that, it will give you a slight amount more of health that you would get normally. So, and then stuff like stone versus strike. I mean, it's like one of the first games that I play. It's like the first game that I played that actually made me have to use my head in the middle of battle, which is pretty good because not a whole lot of games did that. So, what else? The graphics were pretty good for the time. Personally, I still think they hold up today, and especially the HD remasters on the PS4 most of all. If I ever do get a PS4, I'll be sure to pick that fucker up. I'm sorry for saying that, but I mean that's how much I love the game. Oh yeah, I gotta tell you guys this: the price for the game. I actually got this game like 10 and 10-2 for $20. So two RPGs for $10 each. Cannot tell me that that's not a good deal. Um, and then I think I also got a controller with it. I don't know. I might be wrong. Anyway, I'm trying to remember where we got our third controller. Uh, so what else do I like? I like the personalities of the characters. Um, like such as Waka. I kind of like how his accent is. Like like to remember what it was. Like hey you gonna be like doing hey you something 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 yeah. Something. Just watching my let's play of it. I'm actually doing a let's play of this game because it's that good to me. Uh, and then also I didn't know this when I bought it, but this is actually this game the remasters actually have like international version with the Dark Aeons and all that kind of stuff. Like hard as crap bosses, and you can bet the living crap. you can you guys don't even want to know how many times I've tried to fight the Dark Aeons at this time because I've already beaten the game. It was really good. So anyway, and honestly, I kind of got to point this out. Uh, uh, my Let's Play of Final Fantasy X, it's uh, it's on like episode 7 right now. I've already got like episode 14 recorded, up to episode 14. I think that said something, if not everything. So see you guys next time, and pretty much all of the reasons there. I'll just why Final Fantasy X is my favorite game of all time, because honestly, not only is it good and all that kind of stuff, but really it's earned it because it's that good. Anyway, see you guys next time.